You're letting him kill Martha.
Why did you say that name? All right, that was a
Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
that was a fantastic
Yeah.
this Thinking Box podcast episode. We were recording today actually on Mother's Day, so let's I forgot to introduce us. I'm Kyle.
I'm Sophie.
I don't have my quotes pulled up, so currently I am no one.
And this is something we didn't talk about before the show, but after the news today, we're all going to list our favorite pop culture mom. I didn't tell them this because I forgot to tell them.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell the first one that comes out of my head, and I'm like maybe 60% sure me and Kyle's might have the same one, but I don't know. We'll see.
My definition of mom is pretty loose.
Okay, then it's definitely not. My definition of mom is, very accurate.
Mine is just like guardian, like female guard, like you know what I mean. Like we'll talk about this. We got news first.
Okay.
All right. So Trey, you have a list, right?
I do got a list, and I think because we've been gone a little while, so I think I might start off with like what I at least I think this is the oldest one.
We've kind of it into a bi-weekly format since during school. When summer comes, we're going to go back to week.
Yeah.
I will not be able to record during the summer, so.
Dang it! Wait.
Don't worry, Sophie. If there's some blasphemous Superman news, we'll cover for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if Kyle actually watches Superman and Lois, he can talk about it.
I gotta get on that.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
First one. Matt Lander has said that he has signed on for a new Star Wars project. What Star Wars project? We don't know. But if you don't know who Matt Lander is, he is the voice actor for Anakin Skywalker in the Clone Wars, the Rebels, all of it.
I'm pretty sure. Here's what I think. This could be like some 2D animated kid show like Forces of Destiny, because he did come back for Forces of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I think him saying this means it's something big.
Yeah.
I think it might be Bad Batch, honestly.
Yeah, I was about to say it could very easily be Bad Batch, but if I get to choose what I want, I've wanted this project for since Star Wars, but just in between, I know there's a comic of this, but as Bad Batch is shown, comics don't matter anymore.
For some
goddamn reason. We'll talk about it. In between episode 1 and episode 2, Anakin, Padawan Anakin training, we see Anakin grow, and then we see,
Oh yeah, I've read that comic. It's really good. Too bad it's probably not in it because of how Disney's. We'll wait.
We'll talk about it.
Well, anyways, I have some sort of Superman news. Not really, but
yeah.
So a couple days ago, Tom Welling, who played Clark Kent on Smallville, said he would love to play Superman with Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Yeah. See, that confuses me because Tom Welling was. It's pretty open secret that he pretty much hated being Superman. He refused to wear the tights. He refused to He didn't want to look silly. He basically didn't want to be Superman. He wanted to be Clark Kent.
I get that, but apparently he also didn't want to do the flying thing because the harnesses are super uncomfortable. I mean, so that part I get.
Yeah, but just not wanting to be in the costume. You sign on to be Superman. You can deal with.
Okay, I feel like he probably changed his mind after seeing Tyler Hoechlin's suit, and how it doesn't look silly.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I don't think that's the reason because
I know that's not the reason, but it could have contributed.
Yeah. It could have, but I think the more accurate reason is one of two things. One, apparently him and Robert Pattinson might have a friendship that we don't know about. Maybe it is.
They did mention they're friends.
Oh, they are? Okay, that might be the reason. Or he just really liked that trailer. And you know what? I agree.
I'd believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, frankly, I'd be Superman in his trilogy too. I wouldn't be adverse to it because that was a pretty neat trailer.
That was a pretty neat show. It's probably be a pretty neat movie, especially considering we got BTS footage that made me really, really happy.
Trey, that was an excellent segue.
You know it. We got some nice BTS footage. I don't know if it was leaked. It was some iTunes thing, whatever. but it was Matt, one of the producers, and Zoe Kravitz talking about Catwoman in the Batman, and it just it made me so happy because it already confirmed they got Catwoman right. They said that Catwoman will be shown as a savior for the forgotten, as you know, that's where her and Batman align because they're both saviors. Which is Catwoman saves the street folks, she protects people, and that is who Catwoman is, and they got it right. I understand I shouldn't be surprised about a comic adaptation getting something right, especially since I have praised the Reeves-ness and I knew this was coming. But considering recent iterations in movies, I just don't trust Warner Brothers anymore. So you know what? I'm very happy to see, we're getting Catwoman 100% right, and I'm very excited to see what we get with these other characters.
There's also more Smallville news.
Yeah. Wait, what happened? What? Why is there still Smallville news?
Okay, so Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor, are supposedly planning an animated Smallville series.
What? Seriously? There was already
I don't know.
that ran for a long time.
Yeah.
This is just what I
comics
found.
Just not matter anymore?
Like, I don't know. I just found it was really an article released on May 1st that said Smallville animated arrival is being planned by the actors.
I mean, it would be cool if it was an adaptation of that comic, because the Smallville Season 10 comic is pretty fantastic.
Season 11, yeah.
Is that season? Wait, no, it is season 11, yeah. Case in point, it's pretty neat. Clark becomes Green Lantern, Batman's in it. It's pretty fan servicey, but it's a fun comic. So it'd be cool if it was an adaptation of that, but we all know it's not gonna be.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping if they do an animated series, it will take place after the comics, but I feel like it might take place after where the show ended. So that would just be the comics. So,
because the thing is with the comics, you can't really. You would have to acknowledge their existence if you did it after them, because you can't just not mention, oh my God, Clark Kent, you were Green Lantern and you fought Parallax and you saved the world. You can't just not bring that up.
I know, Bad Batch ignored some things.
Because that's not the kind of thing that happens every other day in Smallville. If this was a regular superhero property, sure, that doesn't matter. Who cares? That happens every Tuesday. But here, that's a pretty huge deal. So, but if you're alienating the people who haven't read it, which is 99% of the audience.
I have another question. Also, would it take place in between the show comics and their cameo in Crisis on Infinite Earths?
I forgot about that.
Because I'm at that point, he had already given up being Superman. So would the animated series lead up to him giving it up?
Wait, yeah, you can't really, huh? Yeah, you'd have to probably lead up to that. Yeah, have his arc being I don't deserve to be Superman or some BS.
Well, no, he gave up being Superman so he could have kids.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
And live a quiet life.
Which is, I don't love that interpretation of Superman, but I understand
I know. I don't like it either because we saw obviously in Superman and Lois, Clark still doing the Superman thing with two teenage boys.
Now, my main issue with the Smallville rap that they chose to do in Crisis was that Lex Luthor was, still active and president of the United States, and Clark was just no, I'm gonna go retire, live my life. I'm like,
it's so out of character for Clark to see a situation like that going down, him being no, the farm's good for me.
I know. It's just so many things annoying me about that. Because also, I get the feeling his kids have powers of some sort. They can't just not have powers.
It depends on when he gave himself the gold kryptonite.
I don't think it was gold though, because you can see in his watch there's blue.
Oh yeah. Well, whatever it is, it's whatever he did use. It depends on when he used it. Because if he used it after he found out, oh, I'm having kids, then he probably passed it down. Or if he was okay, I'm gonna get rid of my powers and then have kids, then the kids probably don't have it.
So I have a feeling he found out he was gonna be a father, and right before his kids are born is when he retired.
Yeah. I think it would be kind of a cool way to take this series if you had like Clark was not powered at all, but he was training 2 powered kids. But
yeah.
that might be a bit too close to Superman and Lois.
Well, it could also be really similar to Jonathan Kent raising Clark, like a
Yeah.
non-powered father raising powered kids.
Yeah.
Kid.
You'd have to do a lot of loop de loops, especially now to get that to work.
Yeah.
If Crisis didn't happen, this would be much more feasible.
Definitely.
But it did.
Because like I have no idea where the animated show would even start.
Mhm.
So much stuff has happened since.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do we got next on the list, Trey?
Can I talk about the Impulse?
Oh,
yeah,
the Impulse
sure.
suit.
Those set photos look real nice.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, the character Impulse is going to appear on The Flash, and there were some leaked set photos of his new suits, which is very comic accurate.
It's beautiful.
They look real nice.
And it's Jordan Fisher playing him, for also those who don't know.
And honestly, I'm very okay with that.
Also, at this point, I do think Bart is going to be their son instead of grandson, because that was never really confirmed, because it got all mucky.
I think it's going to be grandson, considering we're going to have excess in here, and I wouldn't imagine there's going to be a sibling relationship there. I think it's going to be, ooh, look, daughter, grandson with Barry. Man.
It's just because I saw pictures of excess on set like the same day, and it looked like she was like old or anything, like old enough to have like a teenage son.
Well, I'd imagine it be, kind of like a fun play on, Barry's here, Excess travels back, but then we have Bart, who's from like 30 years later. Like, you know how, like, let's say that we have Barry, all right, then say like 30 years later is Excess, then 30 years after where Excess is, there's Bart. I don't know. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what's going to happen exactly. But I was hoping we'd get like tornado twins. Sort of.
That's never gonna happen.
I know, but like I feel like this would be like their version of tornado twins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of Dawn and Dawn, we get Bart and Nora.
Yeah.
Because originally Excess was their granddaughter in the comics too, so.
Yeah.
Do we think Impulse is going to be like a one-time guest appearance, or do we think he's going to be like a full character?
He's not going to be a recurring character, but I think he'll pop up a couple times.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If he's,
we do know Excess is going to be like at least occurring in a couple episodes this season.
I mean, listen, I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. I don't like Excess. I don't like your character. I find her to be incredibly annoying.
Like, yeah, I can see that.
It's just the way she says "shui." I understand it's a Batman Beyond thing.
But it's just that's cool. But they have shui.
It is cool. It's just the way that they say it. It's the way they all say it. It's just.
I don't know, Trey. I think the way they say shui is totally shui.
No, you know what? I forgive them because Kyle just said it worse. So you know what? I forgive the Flash.
God damn it. Man, I came here to talk about superheroes, not to be insulted.
Well, too bad you're being insulted.
Dang it. This happens every time.
Anyway, another good segue here. Since we're talking about leaked set suits, how about that Ms.Marvel set suit?
Oh, I forgot that was...
Yeah, I know. Again, 2-week-old news. But yeah, I mean, it looks good.
Very comic accurate and
how do
still good.
Phrase this? How do I say this in a way it's not hyperbolic? Marvel suits lately have been, how do I say it's not hyperbolically, perfect? Like, literally perfect. Like, they've just been so good. Like, whoever is doing Marvel's costume needs a raise.
Facts. Feige, let it happen.
Mm-hmm. This Ms. Marvel suit is just amazing. I really like the way it looks.
My weird thing a little bit is I've also had this a lot with redesigns issues, not comics, but my, sports watching. But they just added lines to the suit for no real reason, and I'm
That
like,
I
it
think
doesn't
that's
really bother me. It's just like, why?
I think that actually might be a VFX thing because they're not like noticeable enough to make a huge change. So it might just be something to make it look more aerodynamic in VFX. Because if the suit's too plain looking, then it looks rubbery in VFX.
You know what? That's probably a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no issues. I have no issues with the suit. But what Grace Randolph said about the suit was absolutely atrocious and ridiculous.
What'd she say?
She said that the sneakers in the suit referenced Kamala Harris, and I'm like, no.
That's reaching a little bit.
That's not reaching a little bit. That's just completely false. She
Yeah,
wears sneakers in the comics. She wears sneakers in the game. That's just completely wrong.
One thing about this costume that was a little weird for me is it looked a bit too armory. Like it's just the material.
I wouldn't say it's armory. I'd just say it's shiny.
Yeah, that's probably it. It'll probably look better in the actual show.
Yeah, Marvel doesn't really do armored suits with their characters much because,
more. They used to kind of do it a lot.
They used to do it a lot, but now they've gone more back to the comic book accuracy, tights. I miss the tights, guys, and they're bringing it back, and I appreciate it. I'm done with this armor-plated BS. It's so overused and annoying now. I don't like it anymore.
I was shocked when Sam Wilson's costume is like a 1-to-1 tights and all adaptation, and not like the kind of half armory thing that Captain America suits have been for the past 10 years. I love the suits for Captain America, but they've all just never looked. How do I put this? They all looked a bit too military, I guess.
I get what
and
you
we
mean.
get he's a soldier. He's a soldier, but we enjoy the tights. We miss them, and I hope now that everyone's universally said that Sam Wilson Captain America suit's the most badass and greatest thing we've seen in a long time.
My God,
go back to the tights. I'm done with armored crap. Okay, it's done. I don't want to see it anymore because I do. I'm fine with it sometimes. I'll be okay because I love the Batman suit, even though I do expect him to go to tights by either the sequel or the end of the movie. But just armored comic book stuff is just so overused now, and my main gripes with it's from Titans. But whatever.
Don't even. Yeah. And I think
we're the Robin suit mainly.
Do it. That's a great segue, actually. That's a great segue because there was some Titans news recently, guys.
God, what character?
We got a Scarecrow, guys. Which, I mean, listen, it's not bad casting, but every casting in Titans on paper is great.
Mm-hmm. Brenton Thwaites is a damn perfect Dick Grayson on paper.
On paper, that's such good casting, but it's just
no one has any.
Not a good enough script.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not. It's coming from the show just comes from a place of not understanding the appeal of the Teen Titans. It's great at what it's trying to do. It's trying to be a dark and edgy Riverdale style show with superheroes, but no one on God's green earth wants that.
Especially with the Teen Titans.
I'm okay with a darker Titans run. That was Titans Rebirth. But the thing is, it's still gotta be Titans. It can't.
There was still charm in that run, and I loved it.
Yeah, at this point, they're just taking more characters who aren't even Titans and adding them to the show. And I don't know, it is becoming more Bat Family centric, is what I've noticed.
Which is kind of annoying because
that's the two
power hour at this point.
And that's the two problems. One, we have not have a concrete, main cast, and they just keep adding characters. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing is it's ridiculous focus on the Batman and his family. This is the Titans. This is not Dick Grayson and his buddies. This is the Titans. There's a lot of characters.
To be fair, some iterations of Teen Titans are kind of Dick Grayson and his buddies.
Yeah. But why does this have to be? You're adding so many characters, and now you're telling me we're gonna get Scarecrow in Gotham City when you promised us we'd get less Dick Grayson and more focused on other characters. But now you're making Red Hood the first villain for the first half of the season and Blackfire the end. Blackfire should have been the villain for the entirety of the season because you set that up.
they're adding all the characters no one wanted. Like, they're like, oh, can we get Cyborg? Ooh, can we get Wally West? And like, have a
No.
Scarecrow.
Okay, the thing I'm annoyed at
Cyborg
is
is
they
where
put
he belongs.
They put Cyborg in Doom Patrol.
And he's perfect there.
Look,
He's good there, but he was never in the Doom Patrol comics.
Because he doesn't really emulate the point of the Doom Patrol. The Doom Patrol's whole thing is, oh, we were all born with our powers. And Cyborg's like, yeah, I was given mine when I was 18.
But Cyborg's purpose
They weren't all born with their powers.
Isn't that the point
Robot
of the Doom?
Man?
Isn't that the point of the Doom
No,
Patrol?
they've all had stuff bad happen to them.
Oh,
that caused them to get powers.
They are not DC's X-Men. You are confused.
Okay, I'm coming from a fundamental misunderstanding of the show. This is why she's writing Doom Patrol, much like the people
writing the Morrison run.
Okay, let me explain some of the characters of Doom Patrol. Robot Man was in a horrible car crash. He's a professional racer. And basically the only thing a scientist could save was his brain, so they put his brain into a robot body. That's one of the characters. Then there's Rita Farr, who was exposed to some radiation and her body started to melt. So she's now known as Elastigirl.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, Cyborg's purpose in Doom Patrol works for many reasons. One, he fits with the characters because he's a freak, he's an outcast, but also he shows them what the Doom Patrol could become. Cyborg is a hero. He exists in that show so the Doom Patrol we could see the potential there. Cyborg had this accident happen to him and he got better from it. The Doom Patrol got an accident and they just got sad.
Yeah.
But Doom Patrol is really the only TV show to ever make me cry. And that is
really
fact.
The only show?
At least to my knowledge, because that episode 11, that Larry scene, if you saw, you know what I'm talking about, that hit me.
Don't spoil. Now I want to watch this show way more.
Why? Because I cried?
Yes, I want to see what made you... I've known Trey for over a decade, and I've seen him cry exactly one time. And that was Avengers Endgame. And to be fair, that could break even the most stone-hearted individual.
Yeah, Kyle's seen me break a limb, and still one
time.
Trey
literally broke his arm. He was like, "Oh, it's his but a scratch," and yeah, that's crazy. And also, there's a musical episode to Doom Patrol, so you know what? I should get on this show.
You should.
It has Matt Bomer. He's the one that sings.
Speaking of Matt, the Dungeons and Dragons movie just started filming.
Sure has.
If you know me, you know I'm a D&D fiend. I love D&D. I don't know if I'm too excited for this movie.
Nah, because it's the same problem with video game movies. D&D is a game where it's your own interpretation. You make this stuff up. What's this movie gonna have that's gonna be stupid?
This movie can go one of two ways. A traditional fantasy story or Jumanji.
No, you're forgetting the third option, Kyle. The Emoji Movie.
Don't ever say that.
You know it's a possibility.
I know it's a possibility, but I want to wring your neck for mentioning it. You're disgusting.
I know.
Never speak. Anyway, this movie stars Chris Pine, right?
Indeed, it does.
Who do we think? Do we think he's gonna play? Do we think he's gonna play the new player to D&D, who's not quite warmed up to it yet? By the end of it, becomes the best player, the traditional knight fantasy protagonist, the villain, the dungeon master.
No, he's gonna be whatever Ranger, Aragorn, type BS they're gonna try to do.
Oh yeah, probably. Who would we want to get to play like a fat nerdy dungeon master?
Well, not fat, but I'm just saying, we've already seen this, but just get the kids from Stranger Things. It's so easy. Just do it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like Chuck from She Kills Monsters, someone like that.
Yeah. Honestly, why don't let's not just see an audition of She Kills Monsters. I don't need to see that for a movie. But honestly, listen, it'd be cool, but I'd just go see the play. I'd be more impressed with what they do with the play.
Fair. Chris Pratt could make a pretty funny Dungeon Master character.
He could.
Yeah.
Honestly, if we see like what was the movie where it was Tag? If we just see a Tag style where just adults that go just come back and play a game of D&D again,
That'd be
I don't
cool.
know. That'd be cool. But I would be more excited and hopeful for this show if it was a show.
Yeah.
But it's a movie because
the whole
listen, we've seen a lot of success with video game shows because they realize you can't fit 10-hour sagas in the 2 hours. You fit 10-hour sagas in the 10-hour sagas.
The thing is, like, D&D is perfect for a show because D&D is played like a TV show. You get together for a few hours every week and then you play. Like, it's literally a week-to-week show.
Yeah, but nope, we got a movie.
Mm-hmm. Which, fine. You could do a thing with sessions with that, but I don't know. I just... This movie is going to be pretty hard to make great, you know? Like, I can see it being good or fine, but to make... It's going to be pretty hard to make this movie like, oh my god, I'm glad I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Alright, what's next on the list, Trey?
I can't find any good segues, so we'll just start into some insane, hilarious shit Warner Brothers has done.
Oh, what now? There's literally multiple things you could be talking about.
No, I got two main ones. First, we're gonna start with the fact that they literally just started a war with the Snyderverse fans. The dumbasses at Warner Brothers decided it was a good idea to release a Justice League 4K trailer.
Oh, I forgot about that. What were they thinking?
I don't know, but it's so funny. Kyle, you're muted.
Yeah, I was getting a drink of water.
Okay.
My theory here is there's this one Warner Brothers executive who just was on Twitter one day, and one Restore the Snyderverse guy went a little too far, and he just you know what? Yeah, Larry the Intern, put on the Justice League trailer. Let's see how wild they go.
Do you know what that employee's name is, Kyle?
What?
Do you know what that employee's name is? That
Jeff
said
Johns?
the release. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Not how stupid are this is ridiculous. You do realize in the words of Tony Stark in Civil War, this just started a war.
I really can't tell. Do they just not understand human emotion?
Have they not seen the Twitter trending tab for the past month?
Man, they really hate us. Maybe another trailer reminding them of the existence of the movie they hate will win them over.
I still can't believe they released that.
It's unbelievable.
I feel like it's just a way to shut this Snyderverse fans up. It just made them more mad, though.
Yeah, it's gonna rile them up more.
You thought this would have shut them up? You are insane. This would have riled them up to Kingdom Come.
Okay, but strangely, this made my day when it happened. Because I want the Snyderverse restored, but I'm not invested in it. So just seeing everyone lose their goddamn mind in a day, it was so much fun. God, WB, are there all their heads are so far up their asses, they're seeing everything upside down.
They're just someone thought it was obvious, oh, they want the Snyderverse restored. Oh no, I thought they wanted a 4K Justice League Blu-ray. They don't want that. Damn.
What if I have a trailer for it?
Honestly, the like of dislike ratio. I mean, it's expected, but it's still funny.
It's hilarious. Did you just like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
It was honestly, I kind of want to like it just because it's not that they have balls, it's just that they're so stupid. It's funny.
There's a fine line between stupidity and bravery, and they cross that line. All right, that was funny. What's the other stupid thing they did?
I don't really think it's stupid. I just think it's strange with the Kal-El, with the black Kal-El.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I
definitely want to talk about that.
You have two characters in the comics, Val Zod and Calvin Ellis, who would both make amazing movies, and you have a history of being pretty dicey when it comes to race. So instead of deciding, let's give these own characters a try, you just race bend an existing character. Why is Miles Morales popular? Because he's his own character. Like, because he's different from Peter, but he's still an equally valid Spider-Man. This is not how you make that happen again. This is how you get people mad at you. This is lazy and it's pandering. What?
Y'all,
A Valzad
there's a
movie would
third
make
Black
people happy.
Superman.
There's another one?
Sunshine Superman.
Oh, see, there's three. There's three they could have picked from, and they decided to go laziness.
You could have even gone with Icon. It would have been fine, but you had to listen.
I think people want to be Superman.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they could have done Steel. They could have done Valzad. They could have done.
You could have done Steel.
You could.
Okay. I personally would have liked to see Calvin Ellis Superman because he was legitimately based on Barack Obama.
Yeah, that would have been pretty right.
No, he actually was based on Barack Obama. Like,
yeah,
it was stated by the creators of him.
Yeah, which is really cool. I
listen.
preferred Valzad because I just really like the comics he's in, but Calvin Ellis would have also been super dope. Steel would have also.
But listen,
we haven't really seen much of Steel.
It could be like a thing like where he like takes up the mantle after Kal-El dies. That way you could feasibly set it in the same universe as.
Listen, it's quite clear you guys don't like Cavill for whatever stupid reason. So just kill him off and move on. This is getting annoying. Stop waiting.
I just want Marvel to pick up Cavill and give him a good role.
Please. He deserves so much more. He's such a good actor. He could have been a great Superman, but they just.
Marvel, cast Henry Cavill as Beast.
Do it. It's beautiful. It's right there. It's right there.
He deserves to play a beloved character. For right. Just give him a beloved character and let him do it right.
Like, listen, I understand people enjoys Clark Kent. That's perfectly fine. I'm sure Cavill loves it. Like, Cavill's what he did was great, and I don't blame him for the issues I have with that Superman. I love him in The Witcher. He has done great, but he deserves so much more from these producers and comic book people than what Warner Bros. And DC are giving him. And listen,
the fact they announced this on his birthday.
Like, what?
Or Warner Bros. Man. I think the guys at Warner Brothers are all those high school bullies who all grew up and got office jobs. Like, they're just assholes.
Honestly. And here's my big issue with this. Listen, the race swap, it's strange, but it's not the worst thing, mostly because I've seen race swapped in other stuff, and it's perfectly fine. This is still weird, but my main issue is that it's so obviously distracting from the Jeff Johns Krypton bullshit that it's annoying.
Yeah, like I feel like they're trying to pull away from it's also all the Ray Fisher investigations too. We're not racist. Superman.
Yeah, that's guys, this wasn't the problem. The problem was that you didn't give this guy a chance based on his race. Now you're just gonna make a Black Superman movie because you screwed up. This is not how to fix it.
Yeah, it's just annoying that WB thinks they can get away with. People aren't letting them get away with it, but the fact that they're gonna get away with it is my big problem.
We're not letting them get away with it, but the producers and everybody, they're just letting themselves get away with it. And we need better people there. Watts Herman and Jeff Johns need to go.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like all the fans are obviously out slammed Warner Brothers on Twitter and online.
Especially the Snyderverse people. Listen, I have issues with that fan base, but of course they'd be mad at this, and I understand them. I understand why they'd be mad at this because I'm pissed at this. This is dumb. It's lazy and it's pandering.
Yeah. I think if they do something different, you could. And also, we don't know that it's not Calvin Ellis because Calvin Ellis was also named Kal-El.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw multiple articles that said it wasn't Calvin Elvis or or Valzad, so I don't really know.
I don't know if we know that for certain, but I've seen the majority of people saying that it's going to be Clark Kent. So maybe there was something somewhere that said it was going to be Clark Kent.
So then,
listen.
From what I read, they never mentioned the name Clark Kent. All they said was Kal-El.
Exactly. That's what I also. So it could be Calvin Ellis, but don't.
But at the same time, JJ could very easily say to whoever they get to write this, like, "Hey, this needs to happen," because JJ's producing it, and that's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Have fun with that.
Because like the thing is too is that I'm not gonna immediately say this movie's gonna be bad because I've seen the possibilities of directors and we see Regina King, we see Stephen Campbell Jr. Please be Stephen Campbell Jr. I'm fine with others, but like Stephen Campbell Jr. make a great Superman movie. But like, listen, it's just weird that they're doing this considering the time they're announcing all of this.
Yeah. They just need to be better. Like they're just such a shady company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's all I gotta say. It's just gotta be better, man. Like I'm not gonna go on a whole spiel. It's gotta be better.
Anyway, moving on to some good DC news. We're getting a DC fandom too, guys.
Hell yes, baby.
Yeah, because like, listen, we all saw this coming. DC fandom was so much fun and so much a success that there's no way they weren't going to do this again. And I'm so happy because now we have a release date for the Batman trailer.
All right, quick. What does everyone want to be announced? Like, if you could have a new project be announced here, what would you want?
Ooh, a new project. I imagine there's gonna be a Peacemaker trailer of some kind, or like some like the Zatanna thing.
No, I'm talking like a new project, like something we have, like an announcement.
Something new. Honestly, I've always said that an Etrigan movie with Finn Wolfhard as Clarion the Witch Boy would be perfect.
That would be fun. Yeah. I mean, we all probably know my answer. Booster Gold movie.
Yeah.
That character self-insert for me, so I just want to see more of him.
I would want to see actual New Gods.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty cool.
For that to actually happen instead of just being canceled.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, does Warner Brothers really want to? Like what we just talked about. They're really stupid, but they're really going to cancel New Gods project. Take all the writers away from their project. Just hire new writers and make a different thing because there was Dark Side in the Snyder Cut.
I did hear someone somewhere say that WB didn't like completely close the door. Like in their statement, they said at a future date it could get reopened. I don't know if that's official though, but all I do know is that there is maybe some ground for a revival to stand on.
Yeah, but considering WB's track record now, I doubt it'll be with the same writers because they don't care about people.
Well, don't they already have a script written?
They have a script written, but at the same time, like if they're going to cancel it because Darkseid was in it, that you'd imagine they're just going to get new writers to rewrite it with, without Darkseid.
God, it sucks that there's an amazing script they have there. That's just going to
written by Tom King.
You have a Tom King, Ava DuVernay, New Gods movie, and you decided to shelve it, and for what? For what? Like oh my god, that is just you had your Eternals. Do you see how hyped people are for Eternals? We'll get to that. Don't worry. You see how people are losing their shit over like 5 seconds of footage for that movie, and you had a movie that could have been that, but your version of it, and you just threw it away. God, the people at Warner Bros. Get your shit together.
DC needs a Feige, man. They need some like Jim Lee. Like, listen, I love Jim Lee, but he might need to step up a little bit and take more of a role.
People started saying when James Gunn originally got hired that he was going to take like a Kevin Feige-esque role, and like yes please, but then he went back. He got hired back at Marvel, and those rumors kind of went away.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. So this fun DC fandom discussion has devolved into us whining about New Gods.
Yeah, but I expect DC fandom too to be fun. I expect listen, I would love to see like a Keaton walk out with whatever bat suit he's gonna wear for the Flash. Just like I don't know, so cool stuff's gonna happen. I'm excited. When is it? October? That's too far away.
Like October 19th or something. It's not that far.
It's still far. It's May.
Oh, quit your bitching.
No.
Well, fine.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that Eternals footage I just mentioned, do we want to talk about the 5 seconds of Eternals footage we got?
The Marvel just wanted to mess up my day because listen, Feige, how the hell am I supposed to do school when you release a sizzle trailer with titles and 14 seconds of Eternals footage?
We were
How do you
literally
expect me to do that?
we were literally in chemistry class, and I see Trey in front of me freaking out, and I check my phone, and it's like, oh, we got a Black Panther title. Oh, cool. Now let me go back to my gas laws worksheet. How can I do that? That's all I'm going to be thinking of now.
And then we got a Captain Marvel 2 title. Then we got 14 seconds of. Oh my God.
The Captain Marvel 2 title's so dope because it has all the logos of the other Marvel character. No, you know what I mean. It's Monica Rambeau, Kamala Khan, Carol Danvers. It's just so cool.
Yeah. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, wait, they're gonna adapt the Marvel's comic, and I was like, oh no, it's the Captain Marvel 2 title. That's cool.
There was no way they were ever going to adapt the Marvel's comic.
Yeah, but if they did, it
there
would
was
have been intriguing.
There is a way because you don't have to have the X-Men for that, but you kind of got to work around not having the X-Men, you know?
Yeah.
Because mutant persecution's kind of a big part of that book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, listen, this 14-second Eternal footage, they didn't show us literally anything except the cool Chloe Zando shots.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked good.
Angelina Jolie's character had a dope looking sword.
Sure did.
Yeah. Who do we think the villain's going to be for this?
I honestly, I've heard very little about Black Knight in this movie, so I'm willing to place bets on him. But at the same time, we got Celestials in this, so it could be anybody.
I don't think Black Knight's going to be the villain. I think he's going to be an antagonistic force, but I don't think he's going to be like, mwahaha, you gods that can control the universe, say hello to my sword.
I just want to see Robb Stark and Jon Snow get into a sword fight. That's all I want.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I know I said Game of Thrones actors, but we know.
Yeah, you can't hide. All right, Trey, list. Come, what's next?
Well, just keep on that a little bit. This Black Panther 2 title. I mean,
I like it. Wakanda. That is a really cool title because you can already tell they're gonna honor Chadwick Boseman in this movie.
In the correct and right way they should.
Mm-hmm.
I had no fear or doubt Marvel wasn't gonna do something fateful and good to Chadwick, but this feels right, man.
I did have a little bit of fear that they might do like a CGI or a recast.
But Feige said no, that's stupid. Why would we do that?
Because that would have hated that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I like that title a lot, and I just like the way it looked, like the silvery finish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really hope Namor's in it.
Yeah.
Like Namor, and I want him to be in things.
Just there's it's weird enough how the MCU's gone on for so many years and they barely scratched the surface of the characters.
Oh yeah, there's a million characters that Marvel has owned. Namor, I think they haven't used Namor because Namor's in a hella gray area because Marvel never sold him, but after Marvel sold X-Men, Namor was put on the X-Men. He was revealed to have always been a mutant.
Yeah.
So
it's also, a Fantastic Four thing and yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a Quicksilver thing where kind of everyone owns him because he didn't start in the X-Men, but now he's a permanent fixture of the X-Men. And he's also a huge player in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that might be why they haven't used him. But there's a lot of Marvel characters that they could have used that they haven't yet.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my squirrel?
Honestly.
Mm-hmm. Actually, they were going to make a TV show. you remember they were going to make a Great Lakes Avengers show?
I remember there was a leak of that, but
yeah, and it sounded really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they were going to make a damage control show? Remember how that turned out? Like
that was
I love
never gonna happen.
I love Marvel, but I was not about to watch that show.
No, he's like, listen, guys, they were in Homecoming. You gotta watch it. Like, nah.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were in Homecoming. I'm not watching their movie or show. Anyways, hashtag save Daredevil.
Yes. One last DC thing before. Well, actually, that's not true. We got two more DC things. We got some Guy Gardner casting for their Green Lantern Corps show that I'm a little nervous about.
Really?
Not the cast. It's
So
not the casting that I have a problem with. I like this casting. The Finn Rock. If you just give him red hair, he looks perfect. My main concern is the TVMA rating. That scares me a little bit, but
oh, that scare you?
I'll wait.
You can't really do it.
Because Titans. That's why it scares me.
Here's my thought process: is they're going to go all in on Atrocitus and the Red Lanterns, because Guy Gardner has only really been super popular when he was a Red Lantern. So I think it's going to be his arc, like becoming a Red Lantern. So if that's true, this TVMA rating is like their permission to go all in on the blood.
Yeah. And like if that's the case, I'm okay with that. But just my concern is that we're going to get some Titans level ridiculous writing because we need it to be rated R.
I like to think they wouldn't do that, especially because Alan Scott's going to be in this show. And I don't really know if I can ever take Alan Scott saying fuck seriously.
That is true.
He's just too good.
Probably the one character who just wouldn't curse.
Yeah. He would just...
Guy Gardner, I could see swearing.
I don't know if I want any Green Lantern swear. Actually, Guy Gardner can swear.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
He can say whatever he wants.
So there's really not much to say on that. The casting, like, it's fine. This guy hasn't really been in a lot, but you know, we'll see how it turns out.
I'm just tired of people not casting redheaded actors for redheaded roles. I'm sorry, redheads are great.
What about when they cast redheads as non-redhead roles? Because they've done that a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of some news from Batwoman.
Oh yeah, wasn't there like a?
Stephanie Brown.
So Stephanie Brown, she looks like, I don't know, like I want to say like she looks like 25,
She looks
30.
like Barbara Gordon with Victor Zsasz stuff, which I don't mind the tattoos. That's fine. It just, I don't know, the hair. It's suspect.
They could have at least make Julia Pennyworth, who's mixed race in the comics, blonde, but they don't make the one blonde character blonde.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know.
Do you think she's gonna be like spoiler, or do you think they're gonna go the Batgirl route?
I want her to be spoiler.
I'd assume she'd be spoiler, but right now, maybe that's definitely gonna be in later seasons because right now we're gonna have a Clue Master plot and see how that goes.
Yeah. So you think we're gonna go Clue Master and it's gonna lead maybe like the end season stinger is her in the spoiler costume.
Yeah, it might like lead to her becoming spoiler, but it's not gonna start out that way.
Definitely, yeah. Well, never say never.
I don't know, because I feel like they would at least said more, like release the costume or something.
WB loves to do, oh, there's a new hero in town, and inexplicably there's a new character separate from the hero. I wonder who this new hero is.
Yeah.
If they do that.
WB has a tendency to do things, especially the earlier stuff, but I can definitely see them doing something like that. Like, who's the spoiler? And also, there's this new character, Stephanie Brown, who's totally unrelated.
Yeah. I hope they wouldn't do that because that makes the writers call the audience stupid.
Well, we're gonna talk about a movie later today, where the writers think the audiences are like 5-year-olds.
Anyway, we got one more DC thing to talk about. It's actually, you know what? That's a good crossover in because this is also about Batman. And this is about the cast of Gotham playing on my emotions.
Oh my god, this has been my favorite thing. Just seeing Trey's reaction at this happen.
My god.
What happened? I didn't see this.
all posted pictures on social media of them at the old sets saying things like, back to work. And the actor David Mazouz, who played Bruce Wayne, said back in Gotham Town.
What?
Like,
they're all teasing
listen.
a reunion of some kind.
Why have I not seen this?
Check David Mazouz's Instagram.
Because nobody's
Okay.
talking about it for whatever reason. I'm like, listen. If they're teasing us a Gotham reunion, long Halloween style, HBO Max, Netflix, whatever, then my dreams have finally come true.
Trey's
Rest.
been talking about a Gotham revival where they adapt Long Halloween for like a year now.
Because it's too perfect. It's so easy. The cast is so wonderfully cast, and they should have had more seasons. But like, listen, just I'm so happy.
I can tell.
Okay. Also, so the people who they cast as Thomas and Martha Wayne on Pennyworth, not on the show Gotham, but on Pennyworth, look exactly like David Mazouz's parents. Or like they could be his parents. I'm not joking.
Wow.
Isn't
So
Pennyworth like loosely tied into Gotham? Like it's the Krypton. It could.
Yeah, so like it's made by the same people that made Gotham.
Gotcha.
And so they said, yeah, it's technically like the prequel, but some of the stuff that's happening in it, I don't know.
So they're doing the thing they did with Krypton. Like it can tie in if we want, but we don't know if we want yet.
But some of the stuff on there doesn't make sense.
Gotcha, yeah.
And I'm just trying to figure out like their ages.
It isn't like Martha Wayne having a girl.
Oh yeah, Martha Wayne had a kid who was a girl. And if it's a prequel to Gotham, then what happened to her? We know she dies, but like when?
This is just a weird twist to never bring up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if Pennyworth's not done, then we can still, see. If I haven't watched Pennyworth, surprisingly.
So
really?
I haven't heard any announcements about season 3. Like season 2 just ended recently. They haven't said anything about it ending or coming back yet.
Yeah. Like, listen,
So,
this Gotham reunion, like, listen, we all know how good Gotham is, except for Kyle because he's not watching it, the dummy.
Kyle.
Like,
it's okay. I'm just gonna go through my TV show list now. Finish Daredevil. Finish reading Invincible, then maybe watch Invincible. Gotham. Avatar.
Superman and Lois.
Superman and Lois. That should be higher.
This should be at the top.
Superman and Lois isn't like I'm not gonna like binge watch it. I'm gonna like watch it.
It's 5 episodes anyway.
Okay, look. Look.
What?
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah. Okay. But listen, all I'm saying, a long Halloween Dark Victory Gotham show, because you have the cast, you have the characters, you need this to work. Sophia Falcone, you didn't kill her off. You said she was in a coma. So you know what? It makes sense. It can happen. Just please do it. I do it. I'm just gonna say, I don't need this to be long Halloween. I'd love it to be. Just give me Gotham back. Just give me the cast. Give me the writers. Because it's just the most respectful, accurate Batman interpretation. It's beautiful, and I love it.
I really hope it's a story. Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, just another season of Gotham. Like, I want them to, like, adapt a specific story. That would be really cool.
Like, listen, Gotham, they have enough characters to where they can make Long Halloween or / Dark Victory because, there's a couple characters that they can't bring in for Long Halloween.
Okay.
But they could do Killing Joke, too. They could do a lot, and
I know a story they can do.
Gotham.
Batman,
What?
Son of the Demon.
No. Wait, yeah. What?
Because I want him to meet Talia, and, like, that would also, like, introduce Damien, because I just want to see live-action Damien.
Yeah, but I would imagine they do that considering Damon Mazouz is like 20.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When Trey originally pitched this idea to me, he was like, wait like 10 years and then do
what
this.
What about baby Damien at least? Because we don't see Damien.
Sure. But like, listen.
Have you read Batman Son of the Demon?
Yeah, but like, it's not canon anymore. But yeah, I've read it. Because they gave Damien to adoption agency or whatever.
Okay, but they could change that ending. Where Talia keeps him instead.
Yeah, but here's my thing about me saying this should be 10 years. I don't care. I could have just just do it. Just let it happen. I don't need these actors to get older. They're fine. I would like them to be a little bit older, but I can live with them being the age they are now.
Yeah, agreed. Don't got much more to add there.
But listen, guys, listen, cast of Gotham. If this is all just some toying with everybody, where it's just gonna be some Zoom call reunion, I'm gonna be a little mad.
I really want it to be nothing. Like I just want it to be. They're like, oh, back in Gotham, like one person did it, and then the next person was like, huh, it'd be kind of funny if I also hinted at it, and then they just all ended up hinting at it through the chain, and nothing is planned.
Do you imagine how? Can you imagine how distraught I will be?
Trey, I just want to see the rampage you would go on.
uh,
All right, are we ready to move on to Marvel news?
well, we got one more Marvel news, and it kind of fits in because it's also a possible cast member something teasing something, even though we don't believe him in the slightest. Andrew Garfield says he's not in No Way Home.
Oh yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah.
He said he never got a call. That's what he said.
Well, listen. That's because we all know that Kevin Feige sends owls to his cast, like Harry Potter. We know this.
Andrew Garfield stated that, yeah, it feels like I'm in a game of werewolf or something. And Trey texted me, not with questions about Spider-Man, but he went, Kyle, what's a werewolf?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's
And I
mafia.
was told it was like mafia. And I'm like, yeah, okay, buddy, sure.
The thing is, like, he wasn't very convincing on that call either. He was just kind of laughing and cursing a lot while saying it, so people are believing.
And like, listen, man, you're like, you can say whatever you want. We're not gonna believe you.
Yeah, we know you're coming back.
We know it.
Like,
they tease so much. Like the only one we trust is Alfred Molina because he's told us stuff that we actually think is correct. It's kind of funny how we're thinking of this, but whatever.
Sally Fields is literally spotted on set. Like, on set for No Way Home. Sally Fields, Aunt May, your Aunt May. You think just Aunt May is coming back? You think we're that stupid, Andrew?
Yeah. I don't know. I just find it funny how this cast is like so tight-lipped, but Alfred Molina is just telling us everything.
Well, because Alfred Molina doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, what are they gonna do? Cut me from the movie?
Yeah, he's like, listen, Tom's always nervous, like, oh, I can't spoil anything. But Alfred Molina's like, listen, man, I'll take the load off for you.
Yeah. And God bless his soul for that one.
Yeah.
There's the unlikely reality where it's not a multiverse movie and Molina's just fucking with us. It's in that case, I like Molina even more.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Is that all we got to say on that?
That's all I got to say on that. Andrew, listen, man, I love you, but I don't believe you in the slightest.
All right. I want to talk about something. I saw the greatest movie of all time today, and it's called Thunder Force.
All right. I knew we were going to get to that at some point.
So my mom, today's Mother's Day, and my mom's a really big Melissa McCarthy fan. So mom's like,
why?
Hey, Kyle. Hey, my husband. Let's all watch a movie. I get to choose because it's my.
Oh God, your dad watched it.
My dad was on his phone the whole time. Respect. So my mom was like, okay, I'm gonna go look up a Melissa McCarthy movie, and she found Thunder Force, and I was like, oh, Kyle, you like superheroes? Oh, and it's got Melissa McCarthy in it. This should be funny. And through gritted teeth, I just go, yeah, this should be fun.
I know, I was cringing the whole time watching that movie.
I didn't see this movie, so carry
on.
My
mom also has a huge crush on Jason Bateman, so that kind of worked out well because he plays a villain in this.
Okay,
have, like,
so
crab
basically,
hands or something.
What?
Does he have like crab hands or something?
He does have crab hands.
Yeah.
Wow.
The crab hands are actually kind of funny. Like, there's actually like a funny bit with the crab hands in the elevator.
Yeah. Basically Thunder Force starts off for 30 years ago. This meteor hits, gives people superpowers, but only people who get superpowers are psychopaths or whatever.
Yeah, the miscreants.
The miscreants. So, who's the other actress? Octavia.
I don't remember her name.
Octavia Blake, I think.
I've seen her in so many things.
So, her character decides to make a formula that'll give ordinary humans superpowers to fight against these miscreants.
Because
Melissa McCarthy's character also takes that.
Her parents were killed by the miscreants, and so she devotes her life to science so she can give herself powers to defeat the miscreants. It's not the worst setup for a plot. Pretty generic, but it's a comedy. I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
The only problem is there's no comedy in this comedy.
And I wanted to see more action, like superhero stuff, but no.
Here's the thing. My biggest problem with this movie was the dialogue. It's just super...
Oh, definitely.
It's super over-explainy. Like, he's like... They're like, that's... Like, there's this part where, like, the mayor's revealed to be the bad guy. Sorry for spoiling Thunder Force. If you wanted to watch Thunder Force. And then later on, when the characters meet the mayor, like, oh my god, it's you, the mayor. You were the villain the whole time. And then we also see this other character betrays them, which, yeah, there's a lot of double crossing in this movie for some reason. And it's like, oh my god, everything is over. This movie treats you like you're an idiot. And to be fair, if you're watching Thunder Force, you might be an idiot. But me and my mom are not idiots. Also, Palm Clementeff plays a villain in this, and knowing she was in a much better superhero movie was very distracting.
Yeah.
The only funny bit was when Jason Bateman's character had crab hands. His characters have crab hands. That's his power. His name is the Crab. And he was in an elevator, and he kept trying to click a button, and it wouldn't work because he's got crab hands. The only part that got a laugh out of me. Not even a laugh, like a chortle.
Like a nice solid, aha.
It was like a...
like a nice chuckle. Like
It was the kind of chuckle like where I felt bad afterwards.
Like, I was like, wow. I laughed at that.
Like, I looked at my hands and went, by God, did I just laugh at Thunder Force? What kind of man am I? Like, there's this bit throughout the movie where Melissa McCarthy's character, she got superpowers now, and a side effect of her powers is that the only food she can eat is raw chicken, and she becomes obsessed with eating raw chicken. And there's a couple points throughout the movie where she just eats raw chicken, and that's the joke. And by the way, there's a subplot where she falls in love with Crab, like the Crab dude. And it's revealed the Crab dude also loves raw chicken. And do you want to know the worst part of this movie? Do you want to know?
Them feeding it
to
each other. That was
the worst part. The worst part was the sex scene between Melissa McCarthy and the Crab.
No.
They didn't actually do anything in the end. She was just on top of him, feeding him fish food. And they said they did it afterwards.
I want to leave this call.
It was the worst thing I've ever seen. I didn't want to be...
How long was that movie? How long was it?
It was an hour 45. An hour 45, I'm never getting.
That's ridiculous. If it's anything more than 90 minutes, that's absolutely insane.
It's also an hour 45. I'm never getting back.
Same.
Like,
I regret watching that movie.
Same here.
It's basically a superhero movie for people who don't like superheroes or don't normally watch superhero stuff.
My mom loved it. She was dying laughing the entire time. She's like, "Oh my God,
sure your mom
chicken."
Like, listen, when you told us your mom's a Melissa McCarthy fan, I had no doubt she would like this movie, because from what I understand, this is the average Melissa McCarthy movie.
Look, I'm gonna compliment Melissa McCarthy now. She knows her audience like the back of her hand. Like, she knows what people like, how to make them laugh. She knows how to make, like, stay-at-home moms laugh. And she does it well. Like, she's honestly good at it. I do not find anything she does funny.
Same.
Also, it's just really distracting because the Ma character, I'm forgetting the actress's name, but the movie starts off like in the past with her as a kid, and her as an adult looks just so different from her as a kid.
Oh wait, Octavia Spencer.
That's her name.
Why did I say Blake before?
Yeah, but she just looks so different from when she was as a kid. They also play Fortnite in this movie.
Oh my god.
Forgot to mention that.
If you want to know how bad it was, here's.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy plays Fortnite. Which that was actually I kind of enjoyed that.
Well, you talking about that? You talking about this crab elevator scene the funniest? No, that's the funniest part of the movie, Kyle.
No, I didn't. It
Luke
wasn't.
going to play Fortnite.
I cringed so hard that like, you know how when people, like how what Newton said, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. I cringed so hard, my body just kind of developed a defense mechanism to start enjoying the cringe.
Yeah.
My cringe just went the cringe meter broke. Anyway, yeah. So, anyways, Thunder Force, 10 out of 10. Yeah, pretty damn good movie. Damn fine movie. All right, Trey, what's up? Next thing on the list.
I don't even know. Oh, here. This is going to be a Trey just like quick one.
Yeah.
Stranger Things. They released a little 1 minute tease, and it said a lot.
Did they say when the date is they're gonna release the next season? Because I don't think they did.
They did not. Listen, I'm gonna go with spoilers for all of Stranger Things. Kyle, I know you don't care because you're afraid the show will hypnotize you.
The show was okay. No. I haven't said this on the podcast before. Okay, listen. This show is too perfect. Like, I hear the concept, and it's too tailored to me. I think this show's gonna brainwash me, guys. It's like, I feel like if I watch it, it's like, oh my god, a bunch of high school age kids playing D&D. I'm a high school age kid who plays D&D, but they go on a mystical sci-fi adventure. I want to go on a mystical sci-fi adventure. You're not fooling me, Netflix. You're not fooling me.
Kyle, that is the dumbest reason ever. Not wanting to watch a TV show.
You're not fooling me, Netflix. I know Finn Wolfhard's just gonna look at the camera and it's gonna make like a little effect. It's gonna go, yeah, you will work for Netflix. It's not fooling me. I'm not falling for it. Anyway, talk about Stranger Things, Trey.
Okay. So from what we see from this, tease, we see children who seem to be like 11, and we see Brenner walking in the door. Now people think that this means Brenner is alive. While I do believe Brenner to be alive, I don't think that this trailer can confirm Brenner's alive because it's very obvious from the several teases that this season's going to have time travel. I think this is because we see at the end of this tease a door with the number 11 on it. I think this is current 11 traveling back in time to see Brenner and the younger kids from like 1 through 10.
Yeah, I definitely knew it had something to do with Eleven's backstory or like what happened to her and the other kids. But I guess maybe there's gonna be some time travel. I don't know.
Because like they keep putting clocks and everything, and we saw this from like the first, season 4 logo thing. There was a clock in there, and everyone was like, "Ooh, clock! That means time travel." And then they just kept going with it. They kept putting clocks on their Stranger Things writers' Twitter. They keep putting it on the regular Twitter. We're not stupid. We know. I know you know we're not stupid because you keep playing with us with it. So I appreciate you, Duffs. Can't wait for another good season because contrary to popular belief from some other, people who don't like the later seasons of Stranger Things, I like all of Stranger Things. I think later seasons are perfectly fine.
Okay.
Isn't it set in '87? This one?
The first season's set in '84. So no, this is gonna be '86, I think, which is great because there's gonna be a lot of aliens jokes.
Well, they were gonna have to do it like a bit farther because the actors have aged up. So...
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think that they're going to really change that because this really only got delayed because of COVID and whatever. And I don't think the Duffs are going to change their writing. So like the Duffs have said many times, they knew how this was going to end from the beginning, and I am really happy about that. So I don't think they're going to change them based on the actor's age, which is a little funny.
No,
and
well, I also
ridiculous,
could have
but
sworn they said it was 87.
I don't know.
So
Okay.
You could be
Well,
right.
you guys can have fun with your mind control and your brain worms. I'm going to be over here, not mind controlled from Stranger Things.
Yeah, Star Wars already did that to you.
Look, don't question that.
Spider-Verse 2 is going to do the same thing to you, Kyle. But you're willing to take the risk for that.
What do you say?
I said Spider-Verse 2 will do the same thing Star Wars did for you, mind control.
Oh yes, 100%. But the thing is, I'm willing to be mind controlled to watch Spider-Verse 2.
Fun fact about Spider-Verse 2, one of the directors, there's 3 on this one. Mm-hmm. One of them worked on Avatar: Last Airbender.
Oh, for real?
Series. Not the movie, the
one
series.
One of them wrote One Night in Miami.
Isn't that the movie? But no, I'm thinking of something else. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of
One Night in Miami is the one with Ali and Malcolm X.
Oh wait, what am I thinking of? Not Boogie Nights. What's the movie?
I don't know how you could.
It's the title that threw me off. Oh, it's gonna kill me. What's the movie I'm thinking of?
What's it about, God?
Craig, give me like a 1-sentence description of Boogie Nights. What's the plot?
Porn star does porn star things.
I was thinking of Boogie Nights.
Oh my God.
All right.
Anyway, moving on.
Are we ready for the mom? Do we have anything else?
Well, we got Star Wars stuff. For example, we just went through May the 4th. Very light bit of stuff with May the 4th, except real life lightsaber and Bad Batch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't really need news on May the 4th. It's just kind of a day to celebrate Star Wars.
Yeah, and I watched the entire original trilogy, and that was fun.
Sounds fun. We also had school that day.
Yes, we did. And we also had an hour 15 episode of Bad Batch.
Yeah, I don't know how you got that much done in one day.
I am simply enlightened. Anyway, but yeah, Disney apparently made a real life lightsaber.
I have a
lot of questions.
I don't think it can cut things. I think it's just retracting.
There's no way it's lethal. By no means is it lethal. I think it's just an energy beam that they were able to, get from a hilt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's probably just be like light.
Mm-hmm. Which it's still cool that you did that, but like if you did make it lethal, you would not be doing this with a Disney, exhibit. This would be, sold to the military.
Yeah, you wouldn't be a Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Star Wars, what do we think of the Bad Batch, the not very good batch?
Listen, I didn't expect to see Clone Wars levels of amazingness. I just expected a fun Star Wars show, and I'm getting a fun Star Wars show.
I'd say the second got pretty close to Clone Wars in this. The first episode, I liked a lot more than you did. I'm surprised I liked the first episode a lot. I like both of these.
It's just, I don't know, like, the Bad Batch is not an interesting bunch of characters. Hunter is literally just another Rex, except he looks like a Rambo. Tech is boring. Crosshair, he's interesting, but now he's bad. Wrecker reminds me too much of Zeb. Echo could be the literally best character in the show, but I don't think they're going to go the direction I want them to go with them, and that disappoints me.
What do you want with Echo?
Because Echo could have listen. Echo could have been a part of Order 66, but he wasn't because bad stuff happened to him. Imagine what would go through his head when you realize your brothers turn on everybody, and you could have been a part of that. I don't know. I would like to see a little bit more from that.
I don't mean to jump the gun, but one thing that really annoyed me about the second episode was that they were just kind of cool with killing other clones.
Yeah, I don't think they were. I think they did the stun thing because there were blue lasers.
Because the stun looks different. Like, stun is like the circles.
No. Yeah, that's another thing, too. We criticize this with Finn and Stormtroopers. Clones killing clones is the dumbest thing ever.
I understand the Bad Batch as a whole were kind of detached from the greater clone army. But Echo wasn't. Echo would have been like, no, stop it. Stop killing them. And even if you can even tell in that episode that they still care some clones, because because there's Gregor, they love Gregor, so you can probably there's probably more clones that they're at least a little fond of. What if you accidentally killed one of them?
Mm-hmm. And just
All
like
right.
I kind of want more of a brother relationship from these guys. I don't feel like they're brothers. I feel like they're a team.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Like here's one thing that I love about Bad Batch so far, and that's Omega. I expected to hate Omega with a passion. I
Mm-hmm.
expected to be an annoying Ezra Bridger, young Anakin type, but actually she's really, really interesting.
Yeah, she's like a potentially force sensitive like female Jango Fett clone. That's really cool. I'm
I don't
excited.
think she's force sensitive, but I don't think
There's
that.
been a couple hints.
There's been hints, but I doubt.
I wouldn't
But
be
like,
shocked.
yeah, her annoying and clinginess, it's not something that's annoying like Ezra or young Anakin. It's a part of her character. She has never had friends. She's never felt like she belonged. But now she's, seen these other defected clones and, feels belong to them. My only issue with her character is that her and Hunter's relationship should not be a father-daughter relationship. It should be a little sister, older brother kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'm so
I,
tired of the father-child dynamic in Star Wars. Ever since Vader said, "I'm your dad," that suddenly just became the square with Star Wars. And I'm like, you could have other relationships, guys. You
the
could
thing
have it.
Mando and Grogu is taking the world by storm inch by inch. Like everyone loves them as a father-son duo. So like, okay, cool. What if we just kept doing that and never stopped?
Listen, with Mando and Grogu, it makes sense. It's kind of like a Batman Dick Grayson kind of thing. But
It
Omega is
it
their
makes sense
sister.
with
They're
it
their
makes
sister.
it makes sense with Hunter and I said Omega. I just don't want to see it again. I just want to see something different. Like it makes sense. I'll agree with you, but like you should just do a sister thing.
Because that makes more sense. Because like its clones keep telling each other brothers, this is the only sister in the clone army.
Exactly. All right, let's actually go through each episode and say how we feel. Episode 1.
So Kyle, how'd you feel like the first 15 minutes of the first
I
episode?
will
How'd you like the
never
cameo?
I'll never forgive this show for reminding me Rebels existed. First of all, the Kanan comic is actually really good. But the Kanan comic doesn't mean Jack Diddley's shit anymore because of the first 15 minutes of this episode. Let me explain why. Because in the Kanan comic, what happened is Commander Gray went against his code and saved Kanan against his fellow clones, so him and Dipa B'Laba perished. In this one, Captain Gray, which by the way, them naming the clones the same thing means they know what they did. That Captain Gray is barely a part of it, and the Bad Batch saves him. And it's a completely different location and area and diet. They changed everything. They changed literally everything.
They changed the lightsaber colors.
Yeah, they literally changed Death of Balaba's lightsaber color. It's always been green. It was green in the Mace Windu comic. It was green in episode 2. Whatever. My only issue, but my biggest issue is like the Marvel Star Wars comics are some of the best Star Wars content we've ever gotten, and it really sucks that they're like in a state of being canon until they forget. So like they're canon, but we don't. But if we do something that steps on its toes, then it's not canon. Like so, it just feels like you devalue them. Like they're not actually canon. Like Doctor Afro doesn't really exist. Are you crazy? And just that's
It's
just
the
really
Bruce. It's the Bruce Timm if it's on-screen canon rule, which fine, but it makes comics like okay. Listen, I'm reading this. It's a great book, but now I don't know if this matters in the Star Wars universe because it could very easily be changed.
Yeah, I could be reading this really cool Star Wars comic, but then the next day a new TV show comes out and it does a certain event in there differently. Great. This comic doesn't matter anymore. It's basically Legends now. And like
Yeah.
I get that, but that doesn't ruin books for me. Like I can still read Legends and have a good time with it. It's just it's lame. Like can we all admit it's just lame when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But otherwise, I love this episode.
It was an okay episode. Like, listen, it was an hour 15 minutes, and you know what? I kind of enjoyed that it was an hour 15 minutes. that like it when shows start with like a movie kind of first episode. You know what? I did enjoy this as a fun Star Wars thing. I don't expect the show to go in Clone Wars levels of drama. It's
Mhm.
just a fun Star Wars adventure, and I'll
It
take
didn't.
my fun Star Wars adventure.
It didn't feel like it overstayed its welcome. Like it didn't
Yeah,
feel like an hour 15. You know.
yeah.
I really like the dynamic. They aren't as tight knit as I would like them to be, but they have good chemistry. We can admit that at least.
Mm-hmm.
And the action's really good. The animation is beautiful.
Well, yeah, that's a given. Like we saw season 7 of Clone Wars, and we were like, listen, it can't get worse. It can only get better. And holy shit.
I don't. I don't. I think it starts off pretty good, but I definitely think it's going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first episode's a 7 out of 10, and the second's an 8 out of 10.
And they're both like 6 or 7s to me.
All right, we'll talk about the second episode.
The second episode, it's fine. Like I did really enjoy that Cut was in this because I was just like, hey, I remember him from the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I just really like that he was in this episode, and
It's like
I
you're a big Star Wars fan when you recognize a one episode Clone Wars character, and you get a big giddiness when you see him.
yeah, I really liked. I just love cute moments like this. This is something that always gets me when a character that isn't related, their kid calls the other character's friend uncle, like Hawkeye's kid calling Black Widow Auntie Nat, and Cut's kid calling Wrecker Uncle Wrecker. Just that shit just melts my heart.
Hmm.
I don't know why, it just melts my heart. But yeah, I liked that. I liked one thing that kind of was weird was the Bad Batch was kind of too okay with Omega coming back after they're like, you got to go with Cut, and then she was like, no, and they're like, all right, we're not gonna fight you on this.
Yeah.
What did you think of I forgot what I was gonna say. What did you think of I forgot what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say. What do you think of the lack of Crosshair in this episode? Do you think that he should have appeared?
He's like, listen, he was member of the Bad Batch, and now he's a chipped clone. Like that's another issue I have. I would imagine the group of brothers would have a more big reaction if one of them was chipped.
Exactly. Yeah, I think maybe they haven't fully processed it. I think they're still kind of working through it. I think once we see Crosshair again, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit! Oh, this is real." Maybe I hope. I would like to think Filoni has this more planned out.
Yeah. I'm just curious how Rex is going to fit into this because I had a take about something they said about Rex in this episode, and I don't know. Oh, here's my thing. I really wanted there to be a moment where the Bad Batch almost killed Rex because it didn't know that he was chipped or not. But now Cut just told them that Rex was fine. I don't know. I had an issue with that.
I don't think you should have an issue with that because like they never like guaranteed that would happen. It's just kind of something you thought would be cool.
Yeah,
Like,
I had a
yeah.
better reason for my stance on this, but I forgot it. Whatever.
I think it's weird that they never explicitly said whether or not Cut was chipped. Like we
Hmm.
know he's chipped. We just don't know whether or not he's doing anything about it. Like that's weird. Like why isn't he
Yeah.
acting?
Oh wait. Oh, here's another weird thing about this. Did this show confirm Tarkin replaced clones with stormtroopers because he's racist?
Did he say it's because he's racist?
I think they did because they never gave because I don't think we've ever had Tarkin explain why he hates clones. I think he's just racist.
Against clones?
Yes.
I think that that's something they could imply, but I don't think they are. I don't think they implied that.
I mean, it's just like I don't know. You could say that like Tarkin's like, oh, these are not people; they're clones. They have numbers.
Oh yeah, they did kind of work at that a bit. You're right.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I see where you're getting at. Maybe. I also don't think it was just his decision.
Mm.
Like, I definitely think Vader definitely wanted to phase out the clones.
I don't think it was Vader because Vader, like, maybe you could make the argument that it was Anakin being like, oh, this is a reminder of Anakin Skywalker. But I think this is more of a Palpatine Tarkin decision, and I don't know why Palpatine, decided against this, where he literally made this army.
I think
I
think Palpatine wanted to get rid of all the evidence that he maybe orchestrated it.
That's a better reason.
Yeah, because he was like, oh, the Kaminoans might spill the beans. I got to get rid of them.
Yeah, because it's a better reason than like, oh, we should just get regular people from other galaxies, because the stormtroopers in Star Wars are stupid. We all know this. They make it's not really just the idea of stormtroopers is threatening. The execution of stormtroopers is ridiculous.
One thing I definitely want to see in this series is they've hinted at it, a clone uprising or rebellion on Kamino.
Yeah.
That'd be really dope. It would still be such a cool arc.
Hmm.
All right.
Here's the thing. Do we expect the Bad Batch to die by the end of this series?
One of them. I think one of them is going to bite it.
I could imagine Hunter biting it to save it, to save Echo, or they're just gonna literally make him Rambo and go retire on a farm.
I think Wrecker's gonna bite it. Because he's just so good-hearted. Like he's seems so good intention, so that I think he would definitely sacrifice himself.
He's just a nice little brother. He's he's cute. I like Wrecker. He's cute. He's definitely gonna bite it, but he's cute.
It's too cliched for like the leader to bite it. No one cares about tech. Echo's too new. Maybe Crosshair is like a redemption thing.
Yeah.
This is only if the show wants to get really dark. Like they could maybe kill Omega.
I doubt it.
Oh, sorry, Omega.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. I have a sneaking suspicion they're gonna make Omega somebody, and say oh, she grows up to be such and such.
Mon Mothma.
I mean, honestly, that's not completely insane when you think about it.
No. Mon Mothma was in episode 3.
Oh yeah, that is true.
No, I don't think she's gonna. I think someone in the Bad Batch is gonna be someone. I
don't think I've ever said this, but do we all find it weird that Mon Mothma looks older in Rogue One than she does in Return of the Jedi?
Yes, very much so. Well, it's only 3 years apart, so it's not that big of a deal.
I can see the age gap.
Yeah, true. All right. What else? Yeah. Overall, I'm very keen on the Bad Batch so far. I'm really liking how it's going.
It's a fun Star Wars show, and I need something Star Wars to keep my mind occupied. So, Book of Boba Fett and Mando season 3.
Yep, that's a good way to put it. All right, are we ready to talk about best pop culture moms?
No, I gotta talk about Invincible real quick.
Oh yeah, you guys are Invincible. Are you gonna spoil it?
Nah, I don't really. Cause the only thing spoilery I could say about people have already said it's a great show. I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not gonna spoil. It's just I enjoy it takes comic book tropes and turns them on their axis a little bit. Like Mark Grayson is a very interesting character. I didn't read the Invincible comics, so I wasn't really familiar with this, but seeing Mark Grayson's a very interesting character. This show, I've seen it compared to The Boys, and I understand why, because they both take superhero tropes and turn them on its head a little bit. And but they do it in so different ways that I find them both entertaining. Mark's a high school student taking care of the superhero life, while The Boys is much more of superheroes in social media, politics, kind of world kind of thing. I don't know. I really did like this first season. It's not my favorite season of superhero cartoon television I've ever seen, but I really liked it, and I'm excited to see more. But one thing about Invincible that I gotta say that for some reason people disagree with me. I don't know why, but from what I see from the show, I have no doubt that Homelander would kick Omni-Man's ass. Guys, come on. I have seen Omni-Man struggle to defeat people in this show. Homelander has literally never sweated, never bled, and you're telling me Omni-Man can defeat him? I don't care if he has his experience. Homelander has never struggled to defeat anybody. Homelander would blast this fool. Sure, I think Omni-Man's faster, he has more experience, but Homelander is stronger. He has more powers. He is more durable. He would destroy this man.
Did you say he's more adorable?
Durable.
Oh, but is he also more adorable?
Nah, Kyle? You seen Omni-Man? He looks like J. Jonah Jameson in a cape.
Fair, that's pretty adorable.
That is pretty adorable.
All right, are we now ready for best pop culture moms?
Yeah.
All right. Basically, we're just gonna go around and everyone's gonna say their favorite pop culture mom, and then we're gonna talk about it. All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
My favorite pop culture mom is personally Lois Lane from Superman and Lois.
Oh, I haven't heard of that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a really good pick, especially because raising teenagers is not hard. Raising
it's not.
No, not hard. I mean, is hard.
Okay. It's not just the TV show. It's also Lois Lane in the comics and her raising John.
Yeah, I really like John Kent in the comics, and I just like the dynamic of them too, especially in Super Sons. Then they have a really good dynamic, a mom son thing. All right, Trey, who you got?
Guys, there's only one answer. It's Sarah Connor. Come on, she is the pop culture mom. Her entire thing is that her child grows up to save the future, but she taught him a lot of things and helped him along the way.
That's such a good answer.
Yes, it is.
That is such a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah, that's a really good answer. I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah.
Is your pick, Kyle?
My pick is Aunt May. She counts as a mom because she's a motherly figure. It's just the fact that she always has kind and inspiring words. She's always there as a pick-me-up for Peter. She's always there.
Except in Spider-Man 2.
To give him that coat when he's going out in the rain. She's a real definition. She just loves Peter and always wants the best for him. And I don't know. I think they have a great mom, especially because she's a single mother. I just think she has such a great dynamic with Peter.
You know what, Kyle? I'm going to say this. I think Aunt May is the best pop culture grandmother.
Well, no, she's not a grandma. She's old, but she's still Peter's mom.
And she has a motherly figure, but at the same time, she has a very, knit sweaters kind of vibe, except for, in MCU where she's hot.
Yeah. Well, also in Spider-Verse where she just kicks Matt Gargan's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact, that's played by Lily Tomlin, who's the same girl who plays Miss Frizzle on the Magic School Bus.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. She also plays Violet in 9 to 5.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, she's amazing actress. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Those are all really good picks for best pop culture moms. Yeah. All right. Do we have anything else we want to talk about this episode?
Nah, man.
All right. Who wants to do the ending quote?
Oh wait, we forgot the Justice Society.
I didn't watch that movie.
What? Did something happen with the Justice Society?
No, the movie that was just released.
Oh, there was a movie. I forgot about that. I've also not seen it. Have you seen it, Sophie?
I've seen it. But
how was it?
I personally thought it was really good. We got to see a Black Iris West in animation for the first time.
That's cool.
So I don't know why they haven't done it in the comics yet, but it's basically Barry Allen Flash meets the Justice Society and helps them save the day.
That's
what it is.
Oh, it's like a Flash of Two Worlds thing.
Yeah, it is basically a Flash of Two worlds instead of just the two Flashes, it's Flashes and Justice Society.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. That sounds really fun.
Yeah. Do it.
All right. Who wants to do the ending quote for the episode?
I guess I got it.
All right.
All right, audience. Thank you for listening to the Thinking Box podcast. We're sorry we're late. We'll probably be back in 2 weeks again. Probably. We don't really know. Our schedule's very much. Hey, is there enough news? Do we got time? We'll do it. But you know what? Thank you for being patient with us. Thank you for listening, and may the force be with you. Because may the force.
Good one. You thunder forced it.
Okay, bye.